so glad you could join me today for our time. I've been looking forward to today's lesson and to get to see you again. So we're going to get right into our lesson. Just a little reminder for today's lesson, you just need paper and a pencil or a marker and something interesting to draw. Are you ready? Here we go. I think I feel like having some fun. How about you? Well, you know what I'm going to do first. So let's clap, get moving around. Hop up out of your chair if you want to. Or do like me and stay seated. I think I feel like clapping. So clapping's what I'll do. I think I feel like clapping. I'm clapping, why don't you? Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. Clap, clap, clap. What should we do now? I don't have any little people to help me with suggestions. Let's snap, okay? Think I feel like snapping. So snapping's what I'll do. I think I feel like snapping. I'm snapping, why don't you? Snap, snap, snap. Snap, snap, snap. Snap, snap, snap. Snap, snap, snap. Okay, today in our class we're going to draw. You can get something for real to hold or just pretend. But we'll do some air drawing while we're singing. Feel like drawing, so drawing's what I'll do. Think I feel like drawing. I'm drawing and why don't you? Draw, draw, draw. Draw, draw, draw. Draw, draw, draw. Draw, draw, draw. Oh, I'm ready to get started. We're going to have so much fun today. I just want to share a special thank you to the young artists who have posted their work and shared it with us since our last lesson. I'd like to thank Madison and Eleanor, Jude, Danny, and Davy, and Winston for sharing your great work with us since our last lesson. So today we're going to draw an object from different views. Artists learn to look at things from different views. That means from different sides. For instance, a shoe is a really fun thing to draw from different views because you can draw the side. Well, look, you can draw this side. You can draw this side. That looks different. You can draw it looking straight down at it, and when you look straight down at something, that's called a bird's eye view. Why do you think it's called that? Because birds are up in the air, and it's like, how would a bird see things? So that's a bird's eye view. You could draw it straight like this, if I can get it straight. You could draw the back, and from the back, and of course, a really fun view would be drawing the bottom of your shoe, wouldn't it? So there's a lot of cool views that you could do with drawing a shoe. And when I was thinking about that, it reminded me of a picture that I made when I was in high school of my dad's work boots. So this picture, actually when I thought about it, I painted this more than 50 years ago. But this picture is more than just a picture of shoes to me, because even when I painted it, it had so many meanings to me, because those worn out work boots represented my dad's love for my mother and my sisters and me, and how hard he worked every day. He was a farmer, and farmers don't just get up and go to work at 8 and come home at 5. He would get up before the sun came up, and often he wouldn't come in the house until after it was dark, and sometimes even really late if he was out making hay, or certain times of the year. Farmers have very long days, but even in the winter there was always chores to do, and he worked very hard, and he always wore work boots when he was out working. So these boots remind me of more than just a pair of shoes. They remind me of my dad's love for me. And I just wanted to show you a couple of pictures of my dad. some pictures of him working, and we didn't take a lot of pictures years ago. It's not like now when you can take, 20 pictures very easily at one event. We don't have a lot of pictures, but the pictures I have are really special, and I thought I would share those with you so you can see a little bit about my dad and what life was like when I grew up as a girl. So today I'm going to pick a fun object to draw. I'm not going to draw a shoe, although I thought that would be a lot of fun to do. You might want to draw your shoe or a shoe of somebody in your family. But I'm going to draw something actually that I thought was kind of a fun thing. I'm going to draw a mustard bottle. And so how can I look at this mustard bottle? I can look at it straight. I can draw it sideways. I could draw it looking straight at it, laying down. I could draw the bottom of it, couldn't I? And every angle and every side will look differently. So let's start with it front. And even if I wanted to do the front and the back, if I wanted to draw the label, the front and the back would look different too, wouldn't it? Although the shape is the same. So I'm going to start out. What shape is this mustard bottle? It's tall. It's kind of the shape of a rectangle, isn't it? And then it has the top on it, and it's smaller. So I'm going to kind of draw some lines to help me get an idea. But do the sides go down straight? No, they kind of curve out, in and out, don't they? So let's see how I can do on that. Sometimes your drawings, when you do it, it may not turn out exactly like you like it, but that's okay, because being an artist is also experimenting, trying new things, and doing things over if you don't like the way it turns out. So we'll just see what happens here. So it kind of curves at the top. Can you see that curvy line there? And now I'm going to go up to the lid, and it curves too, doesn't it? And then I can see the little top part, and it curves up like this. Now I want to add the little part that you flip. Let's see how I can add that. And also I see some lines here from where I'm looking at it that kind of show the contour or the curves of the bottle. So that's a basic, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to do those little lines that are on the lid. That's interesting, isn't it? Oh, and there's some cool things at the bottom. I think I should do those too. They kind of are like this, so I'm going to do all of those little things. Add to the uniqueness of even a mustard bottle. And I could go ahead and do the label too, but I think I will not do that for now. Okay, now let's look at it from the side. Does it look the same from the front to the side? No, it doesn't. And I'm going to get another sheet of paper since I drew that so large. What you might like to do when you draw your picture today, you might want to make lines and divide your paper into 4 sections to start with, and you might like to do 4 different views of your object, but you don't have to. If you want to do like me, you can do 4 totally separate drawings. So this way that I'm going to draw, it's not as thick as it was before, is it? It's more thin. It still is a long rectangle basically, and then it has the top. But this will kind of, sketching in that basic outline will kind of help me to get it started. And the bottom has a little curve on each side, doesn't it? So it doesn't go out just at a square right angle, but it kind of has a curve there. Okay, and from here, I kind of went it a little far there, but I can see it's kind of shadowy from where I'm at, what I can see. And then a little bit, then I see a line here and a line there to also show the contour. And then here we go. The lid looks a lot like it did at the other angle, didn't it? Only at this angle, I can see that little flip thing sticking out. Let's see if I can draw that sticking out. Do you see what I'm talking about there? It's kind of sticking out. And oh, you know what? I noticed the lid where it flips up there. I noticed that more in this picture than I did in the other view. There we go. Because we have to be able to get the container open, don't we? And I think I can still see the little lines like that. And I see just a little bit of these cool little indentions here. I can see them on this side anyway. So that's how it looks on the side view to me. Okay, let's see what it looks like if I draw it looking straight at the lid. There we go. Okay, let's try this. I don't know. Ooh, this is going to be cool, isn't it? Let me see if I can. Maybe a little hard to see it straight on. But you know what? That is a cool angle too, to draw it that way. That might be interesting and a little tricky, but let's try it. So first of all, I kind of see an oval shape here. Do you see that? The top of the bottle is kind of an oval shape. So I'm going to draw that first. And then the back of the bottle looks like it's up here, doesn't it? And I see a curve and a curve. And then this, it kind of comes into that, doesn't it? Some shadows. Maybe not quite so much. Maybe I need to bring it out a little bit. There we go. Now, the lid, let's start with this, the top of the lid. This is a totally different view than when we were looking at it standing up, isn't it? But we can see the very top of the lid. And then from where I'm at, it looks like it goes out. And then I see another curve. And then we have the big part of the lid. And then I can actually see the side of it. Like that. So looking at it from this angle completely changed the view, didn't it? And I could even draw the bottom, and if I drew the bottom, it would look different too, wouldn't it? And I would see more of the straight sides of the bottle and then the curves up and down. But I'm going to sign my name and the date. And I actually had 3 drawings from today, didn't I? But they were all of one object from different views. So I'm looking forward to see what you choose to draw today for your drawing. I'm sure that you are just getting started, and take your time and look at it as like an artist does, because that's what you are. You are an artist and you see things in your own way. So if you decided to draw a mustard bottle, it wouldn't look like mine, would it? Because we all see things in different ways and we can all draw things differently. So I'm really looking forward to see what you draw today. Be sure and share it with me, and that will be fun, and then we can post it on our slideshow too, okay? Thank you. you so much for joining me today. What a fun lesson this was. It was a little different type of drawing, wasn't it? But maybe it will give you a different idea in how that you can draw, because there's lots of different ways to look at objects or people or scenes. Anything you draw, you can look at it from a different way, just using your artist's eye. So before I go, I want to sing my goodbye song, and you can sing along with me if you know the words. What a beautiful day it is today. Every day is a new beginning, at least that's what they say. Every day is a new beginning, so what will you do today? Will you say a kind word? Will you paint with your heart? Will you listen to a bird? Will you make a new start? There's no end to what you can do with a brand new page. Could you talk to a friend? Could you dance for a while? Could you play a fun game? Would you give me a smile? There's no end to what you can do with this brand new day. There's no end to what you can do with this brand new day. Remember, this is the day that the Lord has made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. Thanks for joining me today. I had fun, and I hope you did too. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again really soon. But until then, bye-bye. you.